All right, we are live. Mitch is back from his time off, and we are gonna do Sharp App Power Hour, December 13th, about 5 o'clock Eastern here, and we're excited to get the band back together and
Yes, sir.
and hopefully, get some good questions from you guys, get some good knowledge out to you, and some picks and all that good stuff. So we will go ahead and post the links out for Discord and for this stream so that we can get everybody on. A little bit of a light week last week without the star of the show, Mitch.
Get out of here with that. No.
Yeah, so but let's see. I think we can probably get started. I haven't put out a prize pick slip yet. I might do that later because that's technically the one that I like to do on Fridays now is like a Flex Friday, kind of a lotto slip. So I'll work on that after the show. We'll still have about an hour before game start, but we can do an underdog one today. But first, we will hop in our Discord, and I'll show you guys what's going on with the Sharp app. We have just partnered, by the way, some of the news. We just partnered with ProfitX. So they're similar to Fliff Rebit, but they're the only one that's a national exchange. So pretty exciting news with ProfitX as we get bigger and bigger here. We're partnering with more and more companies. So we will I'll start putting out some more some picks for ProfitX, and we can take a look at that, and that I imagine will be added to the books for the Proptimizer and everything like that. So really exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped about it. I have not gotten to dive as deep maybe as I've wanted to into ProfitX, but I have heard awesome things. And something that actually I was told about is for those of you that are big on money handles, they have exclusive ProfitX money handles that you can look at bet percentages, and you can look at obviously money percentages and compare those. So it's a pretty big tool within their world and their realm that's baked right into their site, right? So like that betting market offers you that information right up front. I know a lot of betting markets do, but obviously specifically they're a little bit sharper than maybe your DraftKings or your FanDuel, right, that are maybe displaying that information. So that's like a really cool perk of ProfitX that I want to get into and see if we can mold a way to be super profitable on that site.
Yeah, for sure. So exciting stuff, as we always have, want to bring you the latest news from the Sharp app. So we'll go ahead and hop in here to our Discord. I'll show you guys what's going on. That's just another part of the Sharp app. That's where we get, that's where you can get the Sharp report, but we will go to the free pick section here and see what's going on. As you can see, there's a link for us, but put out some free picks today. Owner's Box, it has this crazy link. I'm working on that with them, but I don't know why it's so wild, but it is what it is. So they got a no sweat play. I always like to get out, anything that I can that's going to help us get an edge, right? If we can get a no sweat play, and you're playing pick'ems, why not use it? Another cool thing about Owner's Box is I've gotten back into them because they're doing promos, is that, you get Owner's Bucks too. So it's like, I've played with them before, but basically every time I play now, I get like a free $10 play. So not bad.
That is sweet.
make sure. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. So, and then I put out this mega sharp play, and we'll get into the sharp report later, but
Yes, sir.
wanted to put this out. We got it. We got the news that the Sharps went on the over on the Suns Jazz game here at 2:30. So I just looked at the best line that I could get, and it was on Rebet. So I took it at 232.5. I don't know where it's at now, but it was also at 231 on the Sharp report, or 231.5. So depending on where you can get it,
Right now that game's at 233.
Wow.
The highest you can get. The lowest you can get is, or sorry, if you're betting the over, you're looking at 233. If you're betting the under, you're looking at 234 right now.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys got that. Just another reason to be in our Discord, because we do have this free section where we're putting these out, and you can, have your notifications on for, different things so that you get that right away. So a couple other free picks today that were put out is a Better is putting out 2 promos a day. So I put one of those out for you guys. And then Sleeper has some really cool stuff. A lot of these sites are putting out extra ones for December. So they're putting out a protected play every single day they call it an and one. So we play 2 plays a day. Basically, we do a $20 and one, and then you get a protected play the next day for $20. So, I'm putting out a free play, like either on X or in our pro section, which we did hit. Actually, I'll just go to that. I put out a play in our pro section yesterday, and it was this one right here. So, and that got us not only a win, but it also got us a $20 protected pick today. So if you like these kind of games, it's kind of a lot of stuff going on. They're really got the pick 'em wars going on. They're going up to like 2,000x on your winnings. So that's, they're kind of just throwing money at us right now. So it's pretty cool if you.
Well, hey, and
yeah.
Any time that there's competition, like competition is just hot in the pick'em streets right now. I mean,
yes.
There are so many obviously different sites that are vying for your attention and your money. So, making sure that you're using the ones that we've been profitable on, right? Or B, ones that have awesome promos and discounts and free bets and
deposit matches.
There's just because you're used to using a bigger market prize picks like site, try them out, right?
Yeah.
Like use them. I mean, Schwami's the king of all these sites. Every week I feel like he brings me a new betting market that I've never heard of in my life, and profiting on it. So make sure that you're like, if you are able to and you're in a state that's able to, like, hop into that and use our free picks and or use your own, use the Proptimizers, use your own tools, right? Like
I
got
a lot of people that mix and match like that. They'll all lose and then they'll win because they put a couple of picks in. That's the best, right? I took 2 of these and put 2 of my own, and I'm like, damn it. Happens all the time, and I get those DMs. So I'm like, good for you. That's awesome.
I love that.
Cool. So let's do. I haven't done an underdog play today, so if we want to get started, we'll just we'll see if we can pick an underdog. We'll do a 3 pick for underdog, and that'll kick us off for today. So let's go over to Sharp 2.0. We will pull up the NBA slate for tonight, and we will go ahead and start making some picks. So let's see what we got. So one of the things sometimes that, one of the things that I've noticed, and someone, we have coaches channels, and someone asked me on the coaches channel was that, let's see if we go to top props. Let's see if we, I don't know why it signed me out, but if we go to top props, it had Keon Johnson at, as the top props today, and it still does. So just keep that in mind, guys. If something does not look right, then it probably isn't right. And I just wanted to go over that because sometimes when we're getting fed this stuff, like ESPN is feeding us 22.5 for Keon Johnson, and that's incorrect. So don't just automatically take this. Make sure that you're kind of looking into it. And I asked our, IT people, and they said that it was ESPN feeding us this data. So I just wanted to let you know on that, kind of just to start off. So that's why kind of Keon Johnson today is looking like a smash play when he may not be. So yeah, nothing we can quite do about that, but we'll go ahead and take a look here at the NBA slate and see what we got.
I got the same thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So underdog NBA might be down right now. I was even looking through the Proptimizer for underdog. It's all NFL.
It's all NFL. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we may have to go to where I just was, and that is the top props, and we can head back over to it. I have noticed that we are in beta, and I'm not sure where it's going, if it's, or where the issue is. I know Sleeper is having issues sending us NBA data right now, so it may be that, obviously with this Keon Johnson thing as well, it just seems like NBA is having a little bit of a tough time. So we will we'll do what we can here on this. Yeah, so we could just try the top props and see how that works out for us.
Yeah.
And maybe if you go back, sometimes I've noticed, Mitch, that it'll pop up in a couple minutes or something. So let me know if it does on your end.
I'll keep checking.
We can go back. Cool. So it looks like, because I'm just gonna kind of I'm just gonna kind of fade Keon Johnson right now. Just not look at that one because the discrepancy there. But looks like Jordan Miller, though, on the Clippers. Jordan Miller is projected.
It actually looks like underdog is back up for the NBA.
Oh,
by
awesome.
The way.
Thank you. Good stuff. That'll be much easier for us.
Yeah.
And let's see what we can do.
It is for me at least.
Okay.
Let's see. Love that. There we go.
Beautiful.
Just try to be patient, people. Just try to be patient.
Yeah, be patient. Be patient. Friday afternoon, kind of chill. So top play right now, Jeremy Sochan under 8.5 rebounds, and looks like we got probably most books at 7.5. Yep. So underdog's the only one. So it looks really like a smash play here for Sochan. So let's see if we can even make this play. Let's look. This is one of those ones where fairly obvious when they're the only one. It may, by the time we finish our pick here, it may bump, So yeah, so 8.5. So we'll take the under and see what we can do.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Two really quick. I know Jeremy's going to be drawn by the time I get done with this, but a new-ish feature. If you see that little lock button, Schwami, have you seen this? So you can create slips visually for yourself automatically. So if you click that little lock button, from now on, what you can do is that row just stays, right? And so then what you can do is you can scroll down. Okay, now I'll go into underdog, or now I'll go into prize picks, put my slip in all at one time, right? So you don't lose that prop, or like, oh, where did that prop go, or anything like that. It's locked in now. So It's a really, really nice feature. I love it. I've been using it over the past few days.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw that Wire Days put that
Yep.
note out. So yeah, give us feedback. We're doing still doing the beta thing. So give us feedback on that and how you guys like it. What can be improved on that lock feature. That's if you are a Sharp Pro member. Since we haven't mentioned, if you aren't a Sharp Pro member, it is the season of giving, and we are still giving away a discount right now because we are in beta, and you can also get it for free. So, if you don't have Underdog, Prize Picks, or Sleeper, you can use my code and get 2 months for free, or you can just, DM Mitch or myself, and you can get the discount link. So not a bad deal at all, because, the value that you are getting is mind-boggling right now. So we are, as you can see, that things are being added every single week to make this tool even better than it is.
Well, that's kind of the purpose of this too, right? So that we can put these cool new things in front of you all. And, I always tell people, just try it for a month, right?
Yep.
Try it for a month at a discounted price. And if you hate it, or if you don't use it, you can trash it. Otherwise, I think that you'll find that this is an incredibly profitable service, right? So, using the tools correctly, and using the Sharp Report, and using the Proptimizers, especially if you're a pick'ems person, there's really no other place to be than these projections, right? They are so good. So DM one of us if you ever need a code or anything like that to get signed up, because that helps us too, for sure. And something that I noted, Schwami, some of these games are 12-14. So let's be mindful of that too.
Yeah, we'll try to just do games actually for today. I know that's kind of what a lot of people are looking for.
Yeah.
So we'll just look at today's games. But just to go over kind of what I look for real quick, because I know a lot of you can come on here to kind of find out how to use a Proptimizer. So me personally, what I'm looking for is the sportsbook projection and the Sharp app projection lining up under 7.5. So we're getting that here. We're both under 7.5. And then personally, I'm looking for like odds of -120 or better. I just, that's, basically showing that, it's in consensus, that the line is going to be under, so that's some of the main things that I'm looking for. And then of course the odds to hit, above 54% in the green. So so we'll go ahead and look at the next one here. Brandon Clark. It's just, so for me, just 1.5 assists. It's just such a small number. And
this Chris Dunn prop is actually one I was looking at this morning.
Chris Dunn? Did I skip over him?
It's Chris Dunn rebounds.
Okay.
Is it right in front of you? Scroll back up a little bit.
Did it just pop up?
Yeah, it must have just popped up, because
let me see.
Mine has it there. Chris Dunn player rebounds.
Chris Dunn player rebounds. Okay.
The consensus is the over, right?
Yeah.
If you look at most books, the over, I mean, even at a book like, Bet Rivers or Hard Rock or like BetMGM, you're looking at -180, -160, right? Like, and on Underdog, obviously we're getting that at a decent little price. And his numbers over the past, 15 or so have been consensus over he's theoretical win percent rate of 66% on this. I mean,
yeah, he's averaging 3.67 over the last 15.
I know it's a low number, but if we want to look at, points plus rebounds or anything like that, right? I know Underdog maybe doesn't have that, but like, it's something we could look at,
Yeah, no, I like it. I just, when it's 1.5 and it's taking an under, and he's been over 3 out of last 5. I just on Brandon Clark, I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling that, but yeah, definitely, I like this one. This
I do
looks
too.
good.
And our projections obviously align, right? The sports book, the Sharp app projections, they all align, right? And so that's kind of a good indicator that this might be a decent little play. Look at Jeremy just sitting there. Nothing's moved yet.
It works. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll put this one in. There we go. So we got 2 plays so far. We'll look at a couple more, 1 or 2 more to see, get us to a little bit higher multiplier. So looks like we already got a lot more people than last week on here. So appreciate you guys joining us. And as always, feel free to comment. What's up, JM and Chango? I know, I believe you are on the DFS Army side. So good to have you here on with us at the Sharp app. So,
oh yeah,
man, that's our sister company, DFS Army. So unfortunately, last night was a rough one for me, not playing much defense on DFS. So let's see here. So let's see, 12-13 is what we're looking for. Yep. Make sure I didn't. So the next play it looks like is Yabusele on Philly. We got Joel Embiid playing right now. Yeah. I don't know, when did Embiid come back? Do we know?
It was earlier this week.
Was it
earlier this week is when he came back. I believe 12-8 was his first game back.
12-8. So that would kind of line up here with him going under. So that's what I was wondering. So I kind of don't mind this play either. Let's see. We're definitely at 8.5. I mean, underdog is kind of, that's the second one here where they're literally the only one that has this line. So again, you know, Joel Embiid was back, and it was against Chicago, but Yabusele only scored 4. We're not necessarily in agreement, but we are on the under 8.5 at least. You know, for the Sharp app projection, 65%. Can't really beat that. So
is what's his face playing today though?
Embiid?
Yeah.
I believe he is. I didn't get confirmation, but they had.
I don't see him on any like news or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like as far as could be in, could be out. So
yeah. So they had props. Let's see. He came back the other day. So just, if anyone knows in the comments, I mean, it says Embiid is on pace to play as he's been left off the injury report, so signaling he's officially available. So that's on Sports Illustrated. But
okay.
Yeah.
Then let's run it.
Let's do it. So let's see what that brings us to on underdog. And that's, you know, I imagine this line would probably, I mean, once he's officially starting, I bet this goes down to 7.5, if not sooner.
I was gonna say most books have Embiid lines, so looking good there.
Yeah, so I'm good to run it with this. I mean, a 5x play is kind of a 3-pick on Prize Picks, but we're kind of taking some of these at really, really good odds. So over 4.5x, I'm good with.
Okay.
If you are.
Yep, let's run it.
And we'll try to go back to, did we do one last week? I don't know. Or you weren't with me last week. I wasn't here. But, anyway, we'll try to win this. So here we go. I'll just, you know, if you're on the road or whatever, Jeremy Sochan under 8.5 rebounds, Chris Dunn higher than 2.5 rebounds, and then Gershon Yabusele under 8.5 points. That is our slip for Power Hour.
Love it.
Running it. All right. Sweet. So now we will get into, unless you want to look at anything else, Mitch, we'll probably go into the Sharp report
let's
again.
Do it. Let's do it.
So we already took the over on the Phoenix Suns. Actually, that was the free play, but that was on the Sharp report. And then I will go actually to the other screen where it can come up a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can kind of dive into tonight's action and see what we have.
Let's go over it.
All right.
So obviously the
where do I go again? I always pull it up in the
it's the menu.
Discord.
You go all the way down and then the menu.
The menu.
Yep.
Delicious. All
It
right.
is. It is.
All right.
Okay,
Here
so
we are.
let's talk about this. So obviously, if you're new around here, this is the Sharp Report. To me, it is the bread and butter of our offerings, right? So I mean, well, the Proptimizers are definitely up there, but if we're talking straight bets, this is the bread and butter, right? There are 3 columns. You have the Sharp Money column, you have the Sports Book Liabilities column, and then you have the Squares column. The Squares have been hot in December. They have won, I think, over 8 units in the NBA alone. Or maybe between the NBA and college basketball, they're up 8 units. But you want to know who's the hottest, Schwami? On track to have the best month of the year are the Sharps. They are absolutely on freaking fire this month. They are up 28 units as of yesterday through 13 days in December. Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
That is great stuff. And this is really something that you're not going to get anywhere else. So when Mitch is saying bread and butter too, I mean, this is what separates us from other, anything that may be similar, is this right here. So this is actual Sharp
Squares
money.
are not hot. I just looked. The Squares are not hot. They are also bad right now. So the Sharp Report is going this month exactly how we would think it would go, right? So typically what we do, how we use this report is we tail the Sharps, right? So we follow their plays. So today in the NBA, right, we want to follow Cleveland, Minnesota, the Washington over, and then like we've been talking about, Phoenix over 230.5. Now, I don't know kind of your insight on this, Schwami, but like, for example, the Phoenix total, right, is up to 233. That's 2.5 points off of where the Sharps took it. Personally, that's still good for me, right? Very rarely are you going to get nicked by the discrepancy, right? Especially when there's 4 or more of these really sharp, important, smart people that are on this line. To me, that is absolutely something that we would want to look at, right? At playing. So those are your 4 Sharp plays. Also included in there, obviously, is college basketball. I'm not as knee deep into college basketball as I would like. Typically, I get into college basketball the turn of the calendar is kind of when I really start to dive deep into money handles in college basketball. Right now, just trying to get my feet underneath me. In case y'all didn't know, I have a 4-month-old at home. He is terrorizing my life. No, that's a lie. I love him to death, but a little bit hard to get to every single college football or college basketball game that you want. That's why the Sharp Report is so dang good, because if you're someone like me who is on the go, right? I don't have, hours and hours that I can spend on looking for plays or picks or whatever, right? To me, using the Sharp Report is the absolute best mode or model, just in case you don't have the same time as maybe some people do. So those are the Sharps. They're up almost 30 units. Then we move over to the book, right? These are the sports book liabilities, okay? what you'll find is they often contradict the squares. Okay, Mitch, what does that mean? So that means that if they're in the middle column, there might be a low number of bets on those plays, right? What does a square mean? The square means that there's a high volume of bets, right? But what we want to look at here is a discrepancy. So, for example, Portland and San Antonio are playing tonight, right? You see Portland on the liability. We want to play the opposite of that. Well, that's San Antonio, right? Which are on the square side. So those two are going to automatically cancel each other out, right? As far as grading the sharp report. Now, something interesting that we have on our slate here is Utah. What is that? +6 or +8?
+8. Yep.
I don't know who are they playing. Are they playing Minnesota tonight? No, they're playing Phoenix tonight. No,
Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, they are playing Phoenix tonight. That line actually has gone down a little bit as well since Utah +8 dropped. I wonder if any players are out. But that would be, to me, a play. I'm going to wait until Anthony releases his final sharp report, which this sharp report that we're looking at is from 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to wait. He typically will release his new report in the next 15, 20 minutes here so that you can get your plays in before tip-off, right? But if Utah stays and Phoenix is not added to the squares side, that's a hammer spot for me. The middle column is my absolute favorite column to play the opposite of, right? I think that we've just seen it is so profitable to go against that middle column. So yeah, Anthony actually just said the update will be in less than an hour. So if you guys are not in our Sharp App Discord, I've linked the Sharp App Discord in our X account, right? So make sure that you're in there. Make sure that you're subscribed to Pro Plus. Make sure that you're synced. Your Discord and your Pro Plus account are synced so that you are getting up to the minute sharp report data, right? This data comes in anywhere from 3 to 4 times a day. Like I said, if Utah is still on there in an hour, you will see a post from me taking Phoenix for sure. I like that play a lot. So that is kind of how you read the sharp report. If you scroll down for me, Schwami, there are 3 more parts here, right? So if you go all the way to the bottom, we have the mega sharps. That means that there's 4 or more. People ask all the time, what do the colors mean? Black means that there's 1, right? Don't look at the middle or the right-hand column on your screen when I'm talking about this. But if it's ever in black, that means that there's 1 sharp on it. If it's in red, that means there are 2. If it's in blue, that means there are 3. And if there's 4 or more, those will get put in the mega sharp category, which is the bottom of the sharp report. Next to that is the whale. The whale has, I think, been really, really hot this month. Nope, the whale has been down bad this month for sure.
Was last month?
Last month, yeah, I think that you're right. No, last month he was down bad too. He has started. Actually, he's not down that bad. I lied. He's kind of been middle of the road throughout this month. He's on Merrimack. I don't know if Merrimack is played or not. I don't keep up with college basketball as well as I should at this point. Right now, no, everyone is good and everyone is bad in college basketball. So super volatile market in my opinion. But the whale is on Merrimack -4.5. He's got $35,000 on it. Come on, incredible. And then next to that is the model best values. Anthony is dealing with some things at home right now, so he has not been able to place those in there. But in our Sharp app Discord, we have a thing that says models. He will always put his NHL, NBA models. Stats puts his soccer models in there. I use the soccer models all the time on the low. I don't post them, but I use them almost religiously every Saturday morning. They are so good, and we don't talk about it enough, but like his ability to find an edge in European soccer is hooey. It is so good. I've gone like up 4 or 5 units each weekend just on his soccer plays. His soccer plays are they're really, really good. So sorry, tangent, but normally when Anthony is in full throttle mode, he will post his best model plays there as well, and that's just based on his personal model. And so this is the Sharp report, my friends. This is what we're seeing.
If you look at last night, if you're doing
Yep.
what Mitch was talking about, right, the opposite of the book, right? And then you would have done pretty good if you took the Rams, right?
Yep.
So,
even though they're a square, right? Even though that's a square side, like to me, I'm so religious when it comes to that center column. It to me, it is the foundation of pretty much every play that I make. It is a must check. Like sometimes the sharps go up and down, but like and sometimes the squares even get hot too, right? They've had 4 out of we'll go over this. So the sharps have had 8 out of the past 11 months have been profitable this year. The sports book, 1 month out of the past 11 has been profitable, and they made 0.75 units.
That's crazy.
Woo! Right? That column, I mean, you can account for there. So that column is down 135 units this month. Now, you got to obviously take into account the minus 110 or whatever certain juice is, right? So if you faded that column or you went against every single play in the middle column all year long, you'd probably be up about 110 units on the year, just using that column. And then the squares have had profitable months 4 out of the 11 months. They're down 67 units on the year, which is crazy. So that is, in a nutshell, how you utilize the Sharp report, right? And there's a lot of you I know that have maybe been here for a little bit, and you can attest to how good the Sharp report is, and how it seems that like if you aren't religiously tailing or following a column, the moment you follow it, it goes berserk or it goes downhill or whatever, right? So I'm pretty, like I said, pretty religious when I follow that middle column specifically. I mean, if you follow the sharps, and there's a lot of sharp, lovers, like you are going to be profitable, 100%. I mean, they're up 130 units this year. Come on, like that is insane. And I'd be willing to bet too that like if you're like, oh well, like the Nebraska line is at -4.5 now, it's fine, right? It's fine. It's all good, right? Just take it. Just take it. So, like I said, when Anthony releases his Sharp report, I'm hoping that Phoenix is not on the square side. Seems like a square bet, but we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin Durant is questionable.
Okay.
So
I still like it. I like it more if Kevin Durant's out.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that, I don't know if that's potentially
that is definitely what has moved the line down.
Yeah.
For sure. But books are hesitant right now, right? Because they don't know if he's actually going to play. So they moved it down just 1 point. So maybe right now is a great time to take it, right? Before it pops back up, right? Obviously, if Kevin doesn't play, that line's going to go down probably a little bit more. if I've been releasing an NBA parlay every single day, it's a teaser that I love. I've just fallen in love with them. I'm an addict when it comes to these NBA teasers. So if it goes down to like Phoenix minus 5.5 or like 6, I'm gonna hammer that play. Absolutely tease that down to the money line or whatever, and that'll be good. And then obviously pair it with something else, probably that the sharps are on. Or if there's any other book liabilities, maybe even consider taking San Antonio and moving that to plus 2.5. We'll see.
So can you go over that? What teasing it down means to?
Yeah. So what I do in the NBA is I do an NBA teaser of the day, or sometimes it just turns into a parlay if I'm just taking money lines. But we talk about if you're deep into like betting lore, they talk about the Wong teaser, right, which is a 6-point teaser. Most public facing books don't really offer great odds on 6-point teasers. So what I use is FanDuel. It's to me, the most accessible book. You can also get, obviously DraftKings, ESPN Bet, things like that. But I use FanDuel for my teasers. And I do 5.5-point teasers on it. So essentially what happens is you take, let's say you were on Phoenix minus 7, it would take that minus 7, and you would tease it down 5.5. So you would actually now be betting Phoenix minus 1.5. And then you tease that with another play, right? So for example, one of my methodologies is I take the middle column and I use any plays in there as the chokehold or the crux of my teaser, right? So if we were just using today's middle column, I would take Phoenix minus 1.5 or 2.5 or wherever that line is. And then if we're trying to go against Utah, that means that we're tailing San Antonio, which I believe right now is at minus 3. So if you tease that by 5.5, you're going to get that at plus 2.5, right? So Phoenix San Antonio actually can still lose that game, but just by 1 or 2 points against
Awesome.
a scrappy Portland team.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff. So we'll see about that news and as it gets, when that comes up. But how about these other games where the sharps are on? We can take a look at those real quick and see. And do you ever? Well, I know you like the mega sharp plays, right?
Yeah,
You're usually on those. Do you
yeah.
ever?
So those
Yeah.
most of the time. I mean, sometimes I'll post them. Even if I don't post it, I'm still on it.
Right.
I take every mega sharp play because they have proven time and time again how profitable they are, right? So even if I don't post that I'm on it, I am for sure. Now, if I post it, that means that like it aligns with everything that I'm seeing as well, right? So that's really, really good. And so like Phoenix, when I got it, it was at 233. So we'll see kind of where that goes up and down. Remember to check your books, right? Check our odds screens. Use the Sharp app because what you can do is customize your Sharp app to include only the books that you use, right? So you can find the best lines. Make sure that you're finding the best line. The best line I found was 233. So that's what I'm on. It's a stark contrast from that 230. That's why if you followed Schwami, you got that. Wait, what? 231? Is that what you did?
232.5? Yeah, 232.5. Yeah.
Like, right, you're gonna cash if it hits that 233. So the mega sharps, even if they get crossed out without hesitation, I still take. That's part of my way that I use this tool, right? Is I use it religiously. And so even if you're looking at a team like Cleveland, like that line is still at -17 at most public facing books. So you're getting the same line as the Sharps. In fact, the Minnesota, game actually is at the same thing as well. It's at -8.5 at most public facing books. I'm going to take a look real quick and see across all the books that I use. Where that's at. -8.5 is the best that we're getting. So those two games are still at the line that the Sharps took it at. So
Cleveland just beat them by 30,
yep.
31 on the 3rd.
Yeah.
I was at home, but they did beat Washington pretty handedly. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a play that even if anything happens with my teaser, that might be something that I might look to move. It's actually at -16.5 at some books too. So you can get them at -11, no, -10.5, -11, no, -11, which is sweet.
Yeah, no, the total was 205 before. So I see the total, the Sharps are on the over, but the total was 205 the last, on that game. So
yeah.
Just something interesting to note. I don't know who, if anybody was out that's playing now, but just kind of interesting that the total is, up to 230 and so
we'll see. I guess you want to talk some NFL for this weekend or what?
Yeah. Let's get into it. We got the Sharp report up, so we'll go into kind of what the Sharps are looking at, or the Mitch's fade the book plays. We can start there. Like we said, San Francisco was already a great play to fade.
But truthfully, I stayed away from that because the Rams run the public, right? I should have taken it, obviously, with the way that things went, but that scared me away a little bit, right? So I knew that, there was an absurd amount of bets on the Rams last night, an absurd amount. So it was something like 90+% was on the Rams. So that's why I stayed away personally. But like I said, if you are religiously to that middle column, you're taking that, right? No matter what. So even though there's actually two on here that match that. So New Orleans, are we starting Spencer Rattler this week? What are we? I think Derek Carr is out, right? Did he get hurt?
Let me double check. Derek Carr.
No,
I think. Doubtful. So basically,
so he's out. Yeah,
he's out. Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. Did not look very good there. So.
Now, Washington has also not looked dynamite, right? They pounded whoever they played last, but I think Washington coming off a bye. We'll see.
And it's at the 7. If it was like 6.5, I don't love the line either.
Yeah, the hook is tough.
Yeah.
Speaking of hooks, your favorited first time in I think 2 years, Carolina Panthers. Now, something that's interesting about this is if you shift your eyes to the left, the Panthers were at +1 when this line dropped. Look who moved it to the other side, right? The Sharps hammered it when it was at +1. Now that line is all the way down to -2.5. You're seeing that line pretty much everywhere. You can even get -3. Obviously you wouldn't want -3, but some books are already at -3. So that line has changed drastically. People are drinking the Bryce Young, Adam Thielen Kool-Aid, man. They really are.
Are you going to be drinking it, though, is what people want to know.
I might drink it. We'll see. The game that really I'm into is fading Indy at this point. right? So Indianapolis is on that side. You can get that at -3.5 at FanDuel right now, on the side of Denver. Denver has looked pretty dang good. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Bo Nix, baby.
Yep.
Like,
And they're
he's
at
looked
home
good.
too, right? Broncos
They're at
are
home.
at home, so
Like -3.5 kind of feels like a steal in my opinion. ESPN bets all the way up to -5 on that game.
wow.
So that might be something worth taking immediately. Actually, I mean, I didn't notice that line dropped down to -3.5 already. That might be something worth taking even early, like taking now, because I don't foresee that -3.5 staying around very long. I don't know why the line maybe dropped a little bit from -4. Maybe people like Anthony Richardson. I don't know. I mean, Indy's defense isn't very great either. Like, it's kind of a crapshoot in Indy right now. And I mean, Denver's a tough place to play. Like,
Yeah.
I
The
like,
altitude, it's cold now, you know.
yeah. You know
So
what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Let's take it. We're gonna take Denver -3.5. I'm gonna post it in our pro picks here. Yeah, that's even at -22. I don't care about the juice.
maybe
That's a
because
good.
they just beat the Colts just beat the Patriots by 1 point. I mean, is that why? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Let me. No, I'm gonna post it right now. We're rocking with that. That's gonna happen. Here we go. Denver NFL. This is you're watching my process right now. Let me type and then undo and then type and then undo. NFL. Denver. Almost put Nuggets. Broncos. -3.5. Almost put 2.5. That would have been misleading. -122. Lock that in, my friends. That is a steal. And they're in the fade the book column too. Sheesh.
Yep.
That is nice. And what I love about that play is that Denver is not in the square side, right? Like, that's what really I like about that, is that we're getting that discrepancy, right? Where I can feel pretty safe and good about Denver on Sunday. So I love it. Look at your Raiders. Look at your Raiders getting some love.
That's right. Yeah, the Raiders are supposed to. I mean, Aiden AOC might be playing still. I guess his injury isn't as bad as uh, they thought it was. So
Oh,
we'll
brother,
see.
we're both waiting until Monday night, huh?
What's that?
We're both waiting until Monday night, huh?
The Bears?
Yeah, the Bears play Monday too. We got 2 Monday night games this week.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Bears, Vikings, Falcons, Raiders. They put all the teams that no one wants to see on Sunday, and they moved them to Monday. No, the Vikings are legit, but
Yeah, so I mean, I want us to get Sanders, you know. So
yeah.
I really need them to get that first pick of the draft. So
What I'm about to say is
what
a
I'm worried
joke. Bears money line, hammer it. Believe. No, we looked so bad. Oh my God, against the Niners, against that Niners team on Thursday. Oh my God, don't even get me started on how bad. Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst. That was the worst.
Yeah, so before we talk about the Bears much more, if you guys do have any questions, you know, please, the Bears and the Raiders, right? I'll throw my Raiders in there, but yeah, if you guys do have any questions, let us know. We got about 5 minutes left here, so
listen, that's what people come here for, is Bears and Raiders content. They eat
right.
it up. They
That's
eat it
right.
up.
Hey, but yeah, I mean, week 15 is already here. It just went by way too fast, being with you know, Sharp for the whole season now this year. It's just going way too fast for me. I don't like it, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, this NFL season has absolutely flown. And while we're talking about this, I'll talk a little bit about this NFL season as a whole. So in the NFL, the Sharps are up. They've had 3 straight positive months in the NFL. They gained 5 units in October, 3 units in November, and they're up almost 4 units in December already. So positive outlook for the Sharps in the NFL this month. The sports book is down 3 straight months. They lost 9 units in October, just about 1 unit in November, and they're actually about flat in December right now. Hopefully that changes on Sunday. And then obviously the Squares are actually up 5 units in the NFL this season. So something to monitor, right? I mean, we saw it yesterday with the Rams, right? Like there's another unit in the Squares column, right? So they have been pretty positive. Schwami, do you want to show people where I'm looking at all this information? Put it on Tracker.
Yep, I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
Love that.
because we get that question a lot.
Yep. So this is where I'm finding all of this data, right? Our data is tracked back to 2022, where you can see how the Sharps did every single month across every single sport that they bet on, how the book has done. Obviously, with the book, you see a lot of red, right? And that's obviously from 2022, which is good. And then the Squares, nothing but red, right? So that means you want to play the opposite. Do not hit my mic. Do not tail those plays. Do not follow those plays. Unless unless you're in the NFL this month, because they're up 5 units this month. The Squares are. So maybe. But obviously, like I said, you can go back and see historical data. Obviously, we'll continue to track until 2025 as well, into next year. This year has just been absolutely a smash. If you followed the Sharp report, up 131 units. Maybe you missed 1 or 2 there, but you're still up near 100 units on the year just by using this service, right? That's pretty spectacular.
Absolutely. So you're saying the NFL, the Squares, where are you seeing?
Yeah, you're in 2022 there, Buckaroo.
Oh, no wonder. I'm like, where am I? Oh, 2022. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, if you scroll down.
Yeah, I don't use this very much myself.
You should be able to scroll down even more. Use the little bar. There you go. You can pull up December day by day too.
Okay.
To see how they've been doing as well. So, all of our data gets stored here, right? Mm-hmm. So this is not like an unproven service, right? This is something that we have tracked data after data after data after data for the past 3 years on. So very, very cool. Very, very cool service for sure. Use the Sharp report, my friends.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So if you scroll down even more on that page, there you go. There's 2024. So you can look at kind of the year to date there. And obviously, I know we have 1 more minute, but if any of you have any questions about our plays this week, how we use the Sharp report, how we use the Proptimizers, how we use Sharp 2.0, which is our new beta, hit us up in the DMs. In our Sharp app Discord. We all have coaches channels as well. Throw some chats in there. What I like to do is sometimes take some DMs and throw them into my chat to answer for the broader public, because if you have a question, I can guarantee you that 3, 4, 5, 6 more people, 7, 10, 100 more people have that exact same question, just aren't asking it, right? So make sure that you're vocal about it, and let us help you win. And ask us if you want to join Sharp Pro. Let us help you.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Looks like it is 6 on the dot. So appreciate you joining us, and look forward to seeing you next time. Good luck on the bets this weekend, everyone.
Yep. Good luck, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Cool. All right.
Love that.
Yeah, man. 75 people. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Really
It was
good.
good.
They got into it. You got into the Sharp report. So
Yeah.
I was looking at it though, even now, and I saw like minus something. I saw 5 units on NHL, but I don't know
Sure.
for the. I think I was reading it wrong or something. But anyway.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Well,
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start doing that. Some of your bets and see how it goes instead of just these props. So
we'll see. We'll see.
Cool.
All right. I'll see you later.
All right. Thanks, Mitch.
Bye.
See ya.